We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and today we've got a bunch of college basketball going on today. So a bunch of ranked teams. We'll talk about some of those games. Since I've gone live, D1 has put out their college baseball rankings, so we'll look at those real quick as well because you know how much I love my college baseball. We can recap yesterday, and then we'll kind of go from there. We'll see how that all goes. Before we jump into it, let's go look back at what happened yesterday. It was a good day for hockey, a profitable day for hockey, a profitable day for NBA. Once again, cannot figure out the college basketball thing. I don't know why. It's just like right now, college basketball has been awful. Won't sugarcoat it. It has not been great. But we'll still go at it, and we'll still see if we can kind of turn the season around, because right now it's down 31 units. But that's not the point. Before we jump in, Brandon is back. What's up, Brandon? Good, or Brad, sorry. Good to see you. We get a hammer cock from Dave. Dave, what's up? What's good? Good to see you. Hope you're doing better in college basketball than I am this year. But hey, good to see you there. Morning, Tim. How are you? Walk just got done. You got done with the walk? Hell yeah, dude. Get that walk done. But we'll quickly recap last night. Started off with Villanova, minus 2.5. They cashed. They win 88-62 or 88-82. I decided to try to step in front of the absolute wagon that is Miami of Ohio, and I got run over again. I took Central Michigan plus 15.5. They lose by 39. So what? So close. Minnesota lost on a buzzer beater last night. Was really happy to see that one. I had the over in the Louisville game. Didn't get there. Finished at 149. I had 155.5. Had the under in Loyola Chicago. It wouldn't have mattered what I bet in that game to begin with, because I was either looking at that or Loyola Chicago. So either one would be the loser. Tennessee over 81.5, I should say. Tennessee wins in overtime. Sorry, not overtime, double overtime. And that's how I was able to get the over, was because it went into double overtime. The over in the Toledo and Ohio game finished at 186. So definitely went over there. A couple of late goals in that Columbus Blue Jackets game helped me got that puck line, fading the backing the coaching fire. So Columbus puck line plus 170 was a winner. The over in the Ottawa game finished 2-1, so did not get there. The Miami Heat did. They won on the money line, 127-121. The Boston Bruins got the job done. They win 3-0 against Detroit. I took the over first period and full game in Carolina. Finished 3-0. Full game, not first period. Full game, not fun. Seton Hall plus 5.5. Won that one by a hook. Oklahoma State versus the Spurs, minus 7.5. They win by 21. They finally beat the Spurs for the first time this season. So good job, Thunder. You finally beat your bugaboo. The under in the Bucks game did not get there. Minnesota scores 139 points. So not good. Islanders money line loser. The Jets are back. I believe they've won 3 games in a row now. Nashville money line winner in overtime, 4-3 against Edmonton. So that was nice to see there. That one was a winner. The team total under for West Virginia, under 57, finishes at 48. So winner there. They only had 18 points in the first half. Here's where the college basketball gets ugly for a minute. I had Oregon plus 10.5. I thought that was a good spot. Turns out I'm an idiot because they lose by 35. So not good there. Nebraska stays undefeated. Mississippi State and Bama. I had Mississippi State as a 2-unit play. They lose by 15. They were up double digits in the first half. Love it. It is what it is. But we got a nice winner with Kansas plus 3.5. They win outright by 21 points, giving Iowa State their first loss of the season. Ducks money line winner 3-1. Utah takes care of Toronto 6-1 at home. We covered the puck line on that one. We ended up finishing up 1.05 units, and it was finally the end of a 6-day losing streak. So happy we were able to kind of turn that around. Sorry, Tim, the Houston Rockets got the win yesterday. I did not bet the game. So congrats to your Houston Rockets, but I didn't that one. Did you watch the Texans game? No, I did not. I had the Steelers. It was a loser. I noticed that early, and I did not watch. No. Congratulations to your Texans. Now they go up against New England, and that should be a really good matchup. Free picks for today. I took the under in Vegas, under 5.5 goals in Vegas. Stanford outright versus UNC. And Texas to possibly give Vanderbilt their first loss of the season as they play in Texas. So those are the free picks for today. If you want the other picks, I will talk about a couple of them, but they will all they are all over on the picksandparleys.net website. I'll end up putting up packages after the show. But that is kind of the recap from yesterday. Before we jump into college basketball, I'm going to pull up the college baseball D1 rankings because I enjoy doing this. So I'm going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and pull up D1 baseball. And they actually had a little bit of a different ranking. So tempted knowing my trainer is spring training. Yeah, spring training is coming up in about a month. Let's go ahead and pull up the rankings for college baseball from D1 because I enjoy doing this. And I will also pull up PG on my side monitor so I could kind of tell you guys the difference between the two because I know that we talked over the PG rankings when they came out. And their rankings are actually quite different, including 4 teams interchanging in the top 25 in general. So that was very interesting to see as well. I'll pull up Perfect Game. They have a lot of crap on, or not a lot of crap, a lot of content on their Twitter page. Definitely good stuff for college baseball people. Here we go. We'll start off. UCLA is the number 1 team on the D1 rankings. They return a lot. Rock Chalowski is the best player in college baseball. He's projected the number 1 pick in the draft. So it all makes sense. They should be top 5. Perfect Game had them at number 5. So a little bit of a difference there of 5 rankings. Honestly, I'm all right with that. Keep in mind that who made this? Oh yeah, it's baseball. It's baseball. Yeah, it's baseball. UCLA is the number 1 team in the nation for baseball to start the year. These are preseason compared to number 5 for PG. That's fine. LSU is number 2. PG had them at number 1. Either way, LSU, defending national champions, they're going to be a really good team. Texas at number 3. PG had them at 8. I think PG will probably be closer. I don't see Texas as a top 3 team in the nation at the moment, but they definitely have the pitching to do so. It's whether or not they're going to be able to hit. They have Mississippi State at number 4. PG had them at number 6. Mississippi State had a really good transfer portal this year. A really, really good offseason. I think they're going to be solid. I think they're going to be a solid team that's going to be upper half of the SEC rankings. And I think that their hype is justified. A team that hype I don't think is as much justified is Georgia Tech. Yes, they're going to have the best offense in college baseball, including 3 players ranked in the top 100 for the draft. So they're going to have a really good offense. I don't think they're top 10, top 5 right now at least. PG had them at number 2. So obviously they see something I don't. But I'm going to say that Georgia Tech's going to probably be the bigger letdown out of the teams just because I just don't see them. I don't know. I don't see it. Coastal Carolina, the runner-ups from last year, is number 6. I like it. I think Cameron Flukie, Friday night starter for Coastal, is going to be one of the best players in baseball. They're going to be one of the best. He's going to be one of the best pitchers in college baseball, period. And I'll even go on and say, I think he's going to be the top pitcher drafted this year out of college. Arkansas is number 7. Arkansas is number 4 on PG. I don't see Arkansas as much. They're going to rely on their new Friday starter. They're going to be losing Gage and Root, which is their Saturday and Sunday starter from last year. So a little bit iffy there. Actually, it might have been their Friday and Saturday starter. So I'm not really sold on Arkansas. Obviously, they have one of the best developmental programs in college baseball. I don't doubt them, but I'm going to say that they're probably going to be not a top 3 SEC school, which they have. D1 has them as the number 4 SEC school. PG has them as the number 3 and number 4 in the nation. I don't think they're that high. Louisville at number 8. I like Louisville. I think they're going to be one of those. I think they're going to really have a good shot to win the ACC this season. Because I'm not sold on Georgia Tech yet. Although, if there's one ACC school that I do think is going to be able to put up a fight against Louisville, I really like Florida State, but we'll talk about them in a little bit. Auburn, number 9. I like it. Auburn is number 10 in the other rankings. Auburn should be, once again, another solid school. They just bring up talent. So they expect good things out of Auburn. TCU is going to run the Big 12. Kind of similar to UCLA in the Big 10. TCU in the Big 12, it's TCU and everybody else. Maybe Oklahoma State is probably a team that's on the outside looking in at the moment. But it's going to be TCU and everybody else in the Big 12. UNC is number 11. PG has them at number 18. They're going to be strong again this year. They lose Knapp, which was the ACC Pitcher of the Year, and their rotation still looks strong. So be careful. I think UNC is going to be another really, really strong team, maybe even an Omaha team. But expect UNC to continue to do what they do. Oregon State, I really like this Oregon State team. They're independent. They're going to play a crazy strength of schedule because they're going to be playing a lot of road games because they're not in a conference. Oregon State will be in the new Pac-10 next year, which will be more fun. But they are not in a conference right now. D1 has them at number 12. PG had them up at 7. So interesting to see that. Team that I think is entirely too high is Florida. They have them ranked at 13 when PG had them at 12. Here's the deal with Florida. They're going to finish one of two ways. And Florida's either going to be a top 5 team in the nation at the end of the year, or they're not going to be in the rankings altogether. Like they are not going to finish in the 11 to 20 area. It's just not going to happen. They're either going to have a high upside and finish top 5, or they're going to finish out of the rankings altogether. Tennessee. My big concern with Tennessee is Tony Vitello is gone. Under Tony Vitello, this Tennessee team had multiple 50-plus win seasons, lots of big talent. Now, they're still going to have all the talent in the world. Just the coaching staff, we'll have to see that. D1 has them at 14. Perfect Game has them at 3. I disagree with that one entirely. I think they're properly ranked more in the D1 rankings than in the PG rankings. I think that around the 11 to 20 area is right for Tennessee. Georgia, 15 in both rankings. Nailed it. I think that's a good spot for them. This is going to be a Georgia team that has some good pitching, but they're going to hit. They're going to be a high offensive team. So be careful with Georgia. I think they're going to be solid. Florida State's going to be my pick to win the ACC. I think they're going to be another strong program. I really like their pitching staff, their bullpen, their lineup will be solid enough. I really like Florida State. By the way, Florida State ranked 16th. PG has them ranked 9th. NC State at number 17 here. PG has them at 22. I think they're way entirely too high. I think they should be more in the 23 to 25 range. I don't think they deserve to be in the rankings. So, they're gonna be a good team, but I think they're like, if anything, maybe 24 to 29 area. Kentucky at number 18. There's gonna be another team that hits. And the SEC is going to be a really strong conference again for college baseball. They've had the champions in 4 or 5 straight years. Pretty much since COVID, I don't think a non-SEC team has won the national title. In terms of where they're ranked in PG, this is one of the ones they differ on. Kentucky's not ranked. Kentucky's not ranked in the PG rankings, which is interesting. Clemson, another team that always makes a super regional. They always put up a strong fight. One day they're going to be able to break through to Omaha. Is it this year? I don't know. Just a little bit of a question mark. PG has them at 20. Southern Miss is a very impressive program. I think they've gotten 40-plus wins in 10 straight years. Like, they've been one of the most consistent programs in Group of 5. So watch out for Southern Miss. It's going to be Southern Miss, and it's going to be Coastal at the top of that Sun Belt Conference. Last year, I believe they finished tied, and then Troy finished 6 games back. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something similar to that this year. PG has them at 23. Wake Forest, number 21, another one. PG does not have Wake Forest ranked. They're going to pitch. They're going to pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch. They are not going to hit. They are not going to be as consistent as they were in the past with some of their big lineups. But they're ranked to start the year. We'll see where they are to end the year. Miami at 22. PG has them at 24. They're a fringe ranked team. That's exactly where they're supposed to be. I'm not high or low on them. I think they're just going to be kind of middle of the pack for ACC. Vanderbilt, number 23. PG has them at 19. I can never doubt Vanderbilt. They've always been a very consistent school. They always make a regional. They host a bunch. Expect Vanderbilt to be back in there. Arizona, coming off their Omaha appearance, number 24. PG doesn't have them ranked. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt them. They had a nice run. They made it out of, I believe, UNC's regional or super regional last year. I expect Arizona to be solid. But I do expect them to be a distance from TCU. PG does not have them ranked. And Texas A&M is number 25. Talk about a disappointing team last year. Texas A&M went from number 1 preseason to not even making it and getting swept and giving Missouri their only 3 conference wins in play. That's embarrassing. Just a bad season altogether from Texas A&M. Expect them to be back this year. Teams that are because Wake Forest wasn't ranked on PG, Kentucky wasn't ranked on PG, Arizona wasn't ranked, and Texas A&M wasn't ranked. Instead, PG had Virginia ranked at number 14. I think that Virginia deserves to be ranked. They got a lot of people coming up from Duke because the coach from Duke came over. Santa Barbara, they have Santa Barbara ranked. I like that. I think Santa Barbara should be ranked. 1, 2, Oregon. PG has Oregon ranked number 13 in the nation. D1 says, nah, we're good. And didn't even put Oregon in their rankings. And East Carolina, they had a number 25. D1 does not have ECU in the rankings. I think ECU is going to be in the rankings by the end of the year, but I'm a biased piece of shit, so take that with a grain of salt. But that is the D1 rankings for college baseball. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to be breaking down college baseball a lot on the show come the season. I know like Thursday's show will be a lot of college baseball going over that weekend. So no college baseball here. I can do whatever I want here, actually. Thank you. We'll go quickly over the college basketball games for today because there is a bunch of good games today. I'll pull up the ranked ones. And then we'll kind of leave from there. Purdue and Iowa. Purdue should take care of business. But I'm not laying 10.5 points. Just not going to. Georgia is hosting Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss in that game. I took them. Georgia is 14-2. I think they're going to be, obviously, I think they're a bracket team, but I'm not completely sold on Georgia yet. I'm not sold on them. In terms of good wins for Georgia, I'm actually curious. They beat Auburn. Auburn was ranked. That's pretty much it. So I'm waiting for Georgia to actually have a big game. When is Georgia's first big ranked game? They get Arkansas next on the 17th. They get Tennessee on the 27th. They get Florida on the 11th of February. They don't really have a tough schedule, even though they're in the ACC. Illinois and Northwestern. Illinois is an 8.5-point road favorite. Probably should be. Vanderbilt and Texas. This one's going to be fun. I have Texas plus 4.5. I would not be surprised if Vanderbilt gets handed their first loss of the year. This is a good Vanderbilt team. I'm not going to sell them short. But this line has dropped from 7.5 to 4.5. Vanderbilt does have a big win over Alabama by 6, and they put up 96 points against Alabama. So they do have a good win on the resume, but that's the only good win on the resume. Give me Stanford. I took them plus 150 outright versus number 14 UNC. Going and traveling across the country in the ACC is kind of crazy, but I think it's a bad spot for UNC. Who does UNC have next after this? I believe they have Cal. All right, so they're on a West Coast trip, and then they come home and play Notre Dame, and then they play UVA. They don't have Duke until February 7th and then March 7th. So nothing crazy with that. But I think it's a bad spot for them here. Utah and Texas Tech. Texas Tech should take care of business. They're 17.5-point favorites. Arkansas and South Carolina, not really much interest in that one. I will tell you the only other game I had interest in for ranked matchups is Michigan and Washington. Michigan's coming off of losing their first game of the year at home to Wisconsin. Yeah, give me Michigan to blow them out. I got Michigan minus 12.5. I think it's a spot that they should, in theory, win by margin. I like the spot for them there. I that's the only big play I got tonight, or only other ranked play I got for tonight. Be careful with Utah State. They're finally getting ranked after starting the year 14-1, 5-0 in the Mountain West. Who was their only loss? South Florida. It's not really that great of a loss, but it was in South Florida. Fine, whatever. Other than that, I don't really have much going on in the ranked games. I have a lot in the not ranked games, but not a whole lot in the ranked department. But that is pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the college baseball talk, because I know I do. I always enjoy talking college baseball. And I'll do more college baseball coming up again soon. But that's going to pretty much do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one. Peace out.